Next year, the federal government will admit up to 125,000 refugees to the United States, the largest amount since 1993.
Those given the opportunity to make it stateside risk everything in pursuit of the American dream. Anthony Monzon joins us live with a special report on their inspiring journeys and how kindness plays a role. And you've got a little bit of your own family in this, which I think is fascinating.
That's right, Katie and George. For purposes of tonight's story, it's Anthony Monzon. A bit of context. I was born in Miami, but my entire family is Cuban. They fled the oppression of the Castro regime and gave me the nickname El Pillo, the thief. I even attended the same high school as Fidel Castro, which itself was exiled from Cuba. Over the years, I've gotten to know a lot of refugees who have accomplished incredible things in America with plenty of hard work and a helping hand from their new neighbors. Now there is no freedom in any direction except toward the United States. The words of my grandfather, Humberto Ocaris, memorialized in a 1962 newspaper article published days after arriving in America. He and my grandmother, Georgina, had just left Havana without a dollar to their names and children by their sides. All private property had been seized across the island. Government spies embedded in neighborhoods, and strict food rationing meant adults were allowed just 5 eggs per month and 2 pounds of meat if it was available. But from across the Gulf of Mexico came a lifeline. Members of a Presbyterian church in Upland, California, banded together, securing the Ocaris path to the United States, providing a furnished apartment and financial support until they could get on their feet.
They also had a job in Doral cleaning offices. And so they'd work during the day, and then at night they'd do the cleaning job, and we would go with them and help out, wherever we could. We were growing up so poor that sometimes we go to the bowling alley just to watch people bowl because we couldn't afford to play a game.
While Georgina and Humberto are no longer with us, my grandfather's name lives on with his eldest son, Bert. Those first drops of generosity from the church nourished what would grow into a strong American Ocaris family. Bert became a lawyer, his brother Hiram, owner of an accounting firm, and my mother Helen, a nurse and clinical research specialist.
The message from both of them, particularly my mom, was always like, you get a college degree. And she used to always point to the wall and say, with that college degree hanging on the wall, nobody can take that away from you.
Experiences like these weave the fabric of American society, a common thread in our neck of the woods, now sitting on the Austin City Council.
When I moved to Austin here, I saw what America looked like, the America in my dream when I was in a refugee camp.
Council member Obala Obala moved to America from a Kenyan refugee camp just 7 years ago. The 20-year-old Obala spoke very little English at the time, but hit the ground running. After earning his GED and nursing assistant certification, Obala enrolled in Riverland Community College, where he was warmly embraced by students and staff, giving him remarkable confidence in extending his roots.
3 months into in the town, I walk into mayor office and ask the mayor, hey, Mayor, my name is Obala Obala. I moved to Austin 3 months ago, and here I am. I want to be part of the community. Is there anything I can do? So the mayor was shocked, and he thought maybe someone sent me to spy or anything, and then he's like, who are you again?
The interaction led to an appointment on Austin's honorary city council, helping Obala build his network and resume, foreshadowing what the future had in store for the once refugee.
I told myself, if I can survive the tragedy that happened in my country, if I can survive the life I live in a refugee camp where, I can go 2 days without eating or 3 days without taking a shower or something like that. And now I moved to a country whereby when I moved here, I didn't have a single dollar. I only have 1 pants and 1 shirt. And if I can make it, there's nowhere else I will not make it in. If I can make it in that refugee camp, I can make it in America.
But not all communities welcome immigrants when the federal government requests they do so. A few miles from Austin, the Med City does. Rochester Mayor Kim Norton says the city works with a coalition of organizations to meet the needs of new arrivals. This week, Norton led a discussion with the Mayor's Innovation Project, sharing how city leaders across the country can help Afghan refugees thrive in their new communities.
This has been a very tough transition, a tough evacuation from their country. of origin to coming here in a very different environment. And we know families are going to different environments across this country. Every city is unique. Every state has its own uniqueness, and they're having to learn that.
In Obala's experience, the biggest challenge for new arrivals is the language barrier.
My first few weeks was really, really difficult because when we needed something there, we need someone like interpreter to be called. I have to wait online. And then, it's very difficult because you have to wait for someone to interpret for you, translate what you want to say.
Obala says other obstacles include transportation and social isolation, but the most impactful advice he offers new arrivals: say hello to those you meet and stay focused on education.
If you're educated in this country, no one will look down on you. But if you are not, you will be the same person on the street all the time. So education is the only key to survival in America, nothing else.
Last year, Obala received the Minnesota Department of Human Services Outstanding Young Leader Award. The council member is adamant the American dream is very much alive, but there's no cutting corners. He encourages new arrivals to ask those around them for help and says even if they don't get the answers they're looking for at first, keep trying and there will always be someone there to open the door for you. Katie, George.
Two awesome stories. Thank you, Anthony.
We are going to have links to resources for refugees and some information on how you can help new arrivals. We're going to have it posted along with this story. Head on over to KIMT.com.